Boruto has become the new Itachi of the Hidden Leaf, increasing his Uchiha stats to new heights. Oh, and Naruto might actually die for real this time as the new shinju, Jura, has been catching up to the manga, learning about the one person he wants to kill the most. Does anyone remember the book Jiraiya wrote? Yeah, that one. Jura is now reading that book to increase his knowledge about his upcoming prey. However, on the other side, Boruto is proving once again why he is the main character of this show and why Kawaki is officially on fraud watch. And there's still a huge problem. Despite telling Shikamaru the truth, omnipotence is more busted than we ever thought, as nothing can ever go back to the way it was. Hey everyone, AJ Anime here, and today in this video, we will be explaining everything you need to know about Chapter 7 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Chapter 7 begins with Mitsuki having conflicting thoughts about the true identity of his son, as he's wondering if things could have turned out differently, and if Kawaki is actually the son he needs. Since the beginning, Mitsuki has been guided by Orochimaru to follow in the footsteps of his son, which is actually Boruto at the time. Mitsuki thinks he needs that connection in order to live, as he alone can't function on his own. Even in the anime, Mitsuki decided to abandon the village by himself to find out who he truly was, as he's going through the stages of human development to become conscious of his own, as stated by Orochimaru. However, ever since Chapter 1 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, it's become clear that Mitsuki is starting to doubt Kawaki and if he is actually the son to his moon. And, in good old anime fashion, the only way to find out who the true son is with a good battle to the end. Okay, maybe not the end, but definitely until Mitsuki learns who his real daddy is. Boruto kicks things off with a shuriken that Mitsuki effortlessly deflects. I mean, come on. What has a shuriken ever really done in the Naruto-verse other than being used for target practice? But if we've learned anything about Boruto so far after the time skip, it's that every move he makes is calculated. Next, we see Mitsuki taking things up a notch by summoning giant snakes to capture Boruto. We then find out Boruto has mixed the Uchiha's favorite shuriken jutsu with his grandfather's flying Raijin, using the shuriken he threw earlier as a marker to teleport to. Compared to his grandfather Minato, who used marked kunai as his markers, Boruto seems to be able to use everything in his arsenal as a marker, like we saw in earlier chapters when he teleported using his sword, or when he teleported to Code's position thanks to the toad that was attached to him. This is more than likely due to him using his chakra as the connection between himself and whatever he designates as his target. After teleporting, Boruto asks Mitsuki where Kawaki is, as he expected him to be there instead of Mitsuki. Still using Ino's jutsu, Shikamaru tells Boruto that Kawaki was knocked out due to Mitsuki's snake poison, which is just another blow to Kawaki's stocks. I mean, how many times have we seen Mitsuki successfully land this attack on a powerful foe? Like, at this point, Kawaki is going to need a serious power boost if he hopes to get rid of his current fraud allegations. I guess we found out what not training has done to him as he continues to get cooked chapter after chapter with his teammates continuing to get stronger. We then see Mitsuki confirming that he's stronger than Kawaki while using his Sage mode. So, it is clear that our current Boruto is so much stronger than Kawaki, as he's not even really trying in his fight against Mitsuki. Next, we see Shikamaru tell Boruto that Mitsuki is trying to poison him just like he did Kawaki, so there's no risk of Momoshiki making an appearance. Even in his base form without karma, Mitsuki believes that if Kawaki faced Boruto, he would be killed. However, Boruto doesn't even believe in the idea of fighting his brother, nor does he even consider him a rival. Despite the fact that their gap in strength is so large, the battle is meaningless, as Boruto had already declared in Chapter 80 that his fight with Kawaki would end in a brotherly quarrel as he has no intention to kill him. Do you know why? Because that's what his dad, Naruto, would do. But speaking of Naruto, Kawaki will have no choice but to join hands again with his team to save the one person he loves the most. Naruto is about to be killed by Jura, who is searching for him. And since it's been proven that Kawaki is no match for the shinju, he really needs to train like his life depends on it. Mitsuki then asks Boruto to go all out as he summons multiple Sage Mode clones. This doesn't even make Boruto break his sweat, as he tells Mitsuki that the more clones, the better it will be to defeat him. The only thing Boruto seems to be worried about is that the trees are being destroyed. I guess Boruto has become quite the environmentalist during the time skip. Or maybe he sympathizes with the trees since Sasuke has become one himself. Yikes. Now, while Mitsuki tries to blame all the destruction on Boruto, telling him to die, Boruto explains to Mitsuki to finish this quick, as he's got some stuff to do and how he can't die yet, so it's time to end the fight. Boruto is looking cold as hell as he one-shots all the Mitsuki clones like Prime Sasuke would using just his sword. We then see a clash of their lightning jutsus in an epic panel, which causes a huge explosion. And with this huge explosion, it caused a distraction, giving Boruto enough time to pop out the smoke, putting the blade on Mitsuki's neck. But he doesn't finish off the job. We then find out that Boruto's talk no jutsu is just as strong as his father's, as he begins a live therapy session, claiming deep down that Mitsuki's mind is all over the place, and that his desire to kill Boruto doesn't align with what he truly believes in. And the source of this is Kawaki. Mitsuki can shine on his own and doesn't have to be dependent on anyone. But wait a second, doesn't it sound like Boruto mastered the pure eye? Or is that a reach? What we just witnessed is Boruto using Ninshu. The teachings of Ninshu were meant to give people a better understanding of themselves, as well as others, and lead the world into an era of peace. The chakra is meant to connect people's spiritual energies, just like Hagoromo and Naruto mentioned. However, it's also confirmed that the pure eye is equivalent to Naruto's ability to sense negative emotions. Although, as much as we'd like it to be the ability of the pure eye, it's probably just him using Ninshu. But don't give up faith yet, as the pure eye has to be making an appearance in the manga soon, right? Right? Shikamaru and Ino are shocked that Boruto is trying to reach out to his opponent's feelings, since he is supposed to be this big, bad, evil guy who killed Naruto. So why would he hesitate to kill Mitsuki? But it shocks Mitsuki when Boruto tells him he's the sun to his moon, which Mitsuki is looking for in Kawaki. Hearing this, Mitsuki summons a snake to finish the job, but he couldn't bring himself to do it, as Boruto has instantly understood something about him that Kawaki never did in years. However, just like Naruto, Boruto believes there's a way to solve every problem and hasn't given up on his brother. And then suddenly, he screams the truth that his father is not dead, along with his mom, even though he addresses them as Lord Seventh and his wife. Crazy, right? Hearing this, Shikamaru calls for an emergency meeting with Boruto. But this is where the secret of Ada's omnipotence is revealed to them. But what's more crazy is that this isn't the first time he's heard of it. The heartbreaking truth behind the ability is that, though you're informed of the truth, you will forget it all again afterwards. Which means in the past, Boruto has had the same conversation with these guys for years, which also connects with Chapter 1, when Sarada got pissed off at Shikamaru while explaining the secret of omnipotence so many times, and yet he keeps forgetting. But that's not all. We got to know even more crazy details with Volume 1. We know Ada's omnipotence originated from the Otsuki god Shibai, and only he had full control over it. We didn't know he used it to literally create the world of Naruto as it is now, because with Amato's explanation that Shibai walked the earth long before anyone else, and with Momoshiki's claim regarding how it's not the first time omnipotence has been used on humanity, it really can be possible. Boruto then explains that the effects of omnipotence cannot be undone, and even if it were, the cycle would continue, as Kawaki would still want him dead. Shikamaru understands his perspective and starts to make sense of everything that's been happening. He also admits that Boruto is innocent and that he won't act against him. However, everything that they have spoken about needs to be kept a secret, and Boruto must continue his journey with the burden of being a traitor. This man is becoming more of an Uchiha with the passing of each chapter. He's been adopted by the clan as jokingly stated by Kawaki, he's dripped out like his master with a cloak and a sword, and now he has to live his life like Itachi, having to carry the burden of the world by being the traitor that has to protect Konoha. We might even see another clash of siblings between Boruto and Himawari, but hopefully it doesn't get to that point. But the problems are not very far away. We see Jura, a shinju who has gained self-awareness and makes code look like fodder, attempt to gain more knowledge from reading a book. Wasting no time, Jura dives straight into learning everything he can about the world, thinking it is strange because the more knowledge you acquire, the more questions you have, making you feel truly ignorant. Jura and the rest of the shinju becoming their own person is no different from Mitsuki's journey to learn more about who he truly was. However, no matter how many books he keeps reading, he cannot find the answer he is looking for, and reassures himself that he needs to meet Naruto Uzumaki to get the answers he's looking for. In Chapter 5, Jura pointed out that Matsuri's feelings of anger and despair are unique to her, and every shinju has their own individual drive. Jura has also been dealing with emotions he doesn't understand, and the shinju's individual desire grants their unique abilities to find their target. Like when we saw Bug's Shinju clone was able to see through Ada's omnipotence and sense her presence. And likewise, now Jura will be able to sense Naruto even though he is in another dimension and will find a way to locate him. This plot will lead to Boruto and Kawaki resolving their differences and fighting together to save their father, because currently, the only people who have access to Naruto are the two brothers thanks to their Otsuki powers. More than likely, we will see a repeat of the end of the fourth Great Ninja War arc, when Naruto and Sasuke settle their differences after saving the world from Kaguya. Boruto and Kawaki may end up doing the same thing after they save Naruto from Jura, and we might get the hyped-up fight we saw from the first chapter of Boruto. And that's it for today's video. We will continue to cover every new chapter of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, so stay tuned for the next review. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos. See you next time!